Hello, I'm Kiara Samda, and today I'm here to welcome you on a journey through the intricate artwork that is Amy Tan's beloved novel, The Joy Luck Club. In this presentation, we will immerse ourselves in the rich cultural heritage, intricate familial dynamics, and profound themes that have captivated readers around the world for decades. The Joy Luck Club serves as both a poignant explanation of the immigrant experience and a deep portrayal of the complex relationship between mothers and daughters. Set against the backdrop of post-World War II San Francisco, Tan weaves together the narratives of 4 Chinese immigrant women and their American-born daughters, illuminating the struggles, triumphs, and enduring bonds that define their lives. In this presentation, we will delve into the themes of identity, cultural assimilation, and the enduring power of storytelling to bridge the gap between generations and cultures. As we journey through the pages of this timeless masterpiece, I invite you to reflect on your own experiences, connections, and universal truths that unite us all. Characters. The Joy Luck Club features a cast of complex and multidimensional characters, each with their own unique personalities, histories, and motivations. Soo-Yun Woo is one of the founding members of the Joy Luck Club. She's described as a resilient and determined woman who endured great hardships during her life in China, including the loss of her first husband and twin daughters during the Japanese invasion. Soo-Yun immigrated to America with her second husband and daughter, Jing-Mei. She's depicted as a loving but sometimes strict mother who's deeply invested in her daughter's success. Soo-Yun's death before the start of the novel sets the stage for Jing-Mei's journey of self-discovery. An-mei Soo is another member of the Joy Luck Club and a close friend of Soo-Yun's. She's described as quiet and reserved, but possesses inner strength and resilience. An-mei's backstory reveals a traumatic past, including the abandonment of her mother and the death of her grandmother. Despite these hardships, An-mei finds the courage to assert herself and protect her daughter, Rose, from suffering the same fate. She plays a significant role in Rose's life, helping her daughter find her voice and stand up for herself. Lin Do-jong is Waverly's mother and is known for being cunning and for intelligence. She's depicted as a resourceful and determined woman who navigates the challenge of her arranged marriage in China with shrewdness and wit. Lin-Do immigrates to America with her husband and daughter, Waverly, and becomes a successful businesswoman. Her relationship with Waverly is characterized by conflict and competition, as Lin-Do struggles to balance her desire for her daughter's success with her own ambitions. Ying St. Clair is the fourth and last member of the Joy Luck Club, and she's portrayed as a mysterious and enigmatic woman. She's haunted by her past experiences of loss and displacement in both China and America. Ying's narrative explores themes of identity and self-discoveries as she grapples with feelings of invisibility and powerlessness. Her relationship with her daughter, Lena, is complicated by their shared experiences of marital strife and disillusionment. Jing-Mei Woo, also known as June, is Soo-Yun's daughter and the protagonist of the novel. She is depicted as a sensitive and introspective young woman who struggles with feelings of inadequacy and guilt following her mother's death. Jing-Mei's journey to China to meet her half-sisters brings her closer to her mother's past and helps her reconcile with her Chinese heritage with her American identity. Throughout the novel, Jing-Mei grapples with the legacy of her mother's expectations and seeks to forge her own path in life. Rose Sue Jordan is An-mei's daughter and is characterized as gentle and passive. She struggles to assert herself in her relationships, particularly her marriage to Ted Jordan, which is falling apart. Rose's narrative explores themes of self-worth and empowerment as she learns to stand up for herself and confront her own insecurities. Lena St. Clair is Ying's daughter and is portrayed as a very introverted young woman. She struggles with feelings of invisibility and low self-esteem in her marriage to Harold Levotny, a man who takes her for granted. Lena's narrative explores themes of identity and agency as she learns to assert herself and reclaim her sense of self-worth. Waverly Jong is Linda's daughter and is depicted as ambitious and competitive. She's a talented chess player who gains fame at a young age. Waverly's relationship with her mother is fraught with tension as she feels suffocated by Linda's expectations. Waverly's narrative explores themes of independence and identity as she navigates through complexities of her cultural heritage and strives to define herself in her own terms. The Joy Luck Club is about the relationships between mothers and daughters from different generations and the tensions that come from the high expectations in pursuit of the American dream. These characters, with their rich histories, personalities, and motivations, form the heart of the Joy Luck Club, offering readers a poignant and insightful exploration of the immigrant experience and the complexities of mother-daughter relationships. The second section focuses on Rose and her strained relationship with her mother, An-mei. Through flashbacks, we learn about An-mei's traumatic past and her struggles to assert herself within her family. Rose's failing marriage prompts her to confront her own feelings of powerlessness and find the strength to stand up for herself. The novel begins with Jing-Mei reflecting on her late mother, Soo-Yun, and her invitation to join the Joy Luck Club. Through Jingmei's narration, we learn about Suyun's founding of the Joy Luck Club in China during the Japanese invasion and her subsequent immigration to America. Jingmei's journey to China to meet her half-sisters reveals the extent of her mother's sacrifices and the complexities of their relationships. The book is a multi-layered novel that intricately intertwines the stories of 4 Chinese immigrant mothers and their American-born daughters. Through a series of interconnected narratives, Tan explores themes of identity, cultural conflict, generational differences, and the immigrant experience. The novel is replete with various types of conflict, both internal and external, that drive the characters' narratives, such as cultural conflict. The clash between Chinese and American cultures creates tension and misunderstandings between the immigrant mothers and their American daughters. This conflict manifests in language barriers, differing values, and expectations. The fourth and final section focuses on Lena and her mother, Ying Ying. Ying Ying's narrative delves into her experiences of loss and displacement in China and America, as well as struggle to find her identity. Lena's failing marriage mirrors her mother's past experiences, prompting her to reevaluate her relationship and reclaim her sense of self. The third section centers on Waverly and her mother, Lindo. Lindo's story explores her arranged marriage in China and her efforts to maintain her autonomy in a patriarchal society. Waverly's success as a chess prodigy causes tension between mother and daughter, as Waverly feels as though Lindo is pushing her own expectations onto her. And generational conflict. The generational gap between the mothers and daughters exacerbates misunderstandings and tensions. Cultural and ideological differences further widen this gap, leading to conflicts over tradition, independence, and autonomy. Identity conflict. The daughters struggle to reconcile their Chinese heritage with their American identity, feeling torn between 2 cultures. They grapple with questions of belonging, self-acceptance, and cultural assimilation. Interpersonal conflict. The strained relationships between mother and daughter are fueled by miscommunications, resentment, and unmet expectations. Each mother-daughter pair grapples with their own unique challenges and conflicts, stemming from differing personalities and experiences. Narration. The Joy Luck Club is primarily narrated from multiple first-person perspectives, with each chapter focusing on a different character's point of view. This narrative structure allows readers to gain insight into the thoughts, feelings, and experiences of each character, as well as their unique perspectives on the events of the novel. The reliability of narrators varies depending on the character and the relationship into the event being recounted. Some characters provide more objective and reliable narration, while others offer subjective and emotionally charged accounts that may be influenced by their biases, memories, and personal interpretations. In terms of changing narrators, each section of the novel is dedicated to one of the 4 mothers. Within each section, the narrative shifts between the perspectives of the mothers to the daughters, allowing the readers to see the events of the story from multiple viewpoints. By structuring the novel in this way, Tan creates a rich tapestry of interconnected narratives that highlight the complexities of the immigrant experience and the enduring bonds between mothers and daughters. The non-linear structure allows for a deeper explanation of characters' motivations and relationships, revealing how the past continues to shape their present experiences. Time sequence and structure. The novel employs a non-linear narrative structure, with each section containing a series of interconnected stories that span over different time periods and perspective. Tan utilizes flashbacks and shifts in perspective to weave together the past and present, providing insight into the characters' backgrounds and motivations. The novel opens in the present with Jingmei reflecting on her mother's death and her invitation to join the Joy Luck Club. From there, the narrative moves fluidly between past and present, as each mother pair recounts their respective stories and struggles. For example, in a section dedicated to Soyeon-woo and Jingmei, Suyun's story are narrated from her perspective, offering insight into her experiences in China and her motivations for immigrating to America. Jingmei's stories, on the other hand, are narrated from her perspective, revealing her struggles with her mother's expectations and her journey of self-discovery. Tan creates deeply nuanced characters whose struggles and triumphs resonate with readers. For instance, in the story of Soyeon-woo and her daughter, Jingmei, the tension between the desire to fulfill parental expectations and the struggle for individual identity is powerfully depicted. Soo-yoon's determination to provide a better life for her daughter, even at a great personal cost, reflects the many sacrifices that many immigrants' parents make for their children. Strengths and weaknesses. The Joy Luck Club by Amy Tan is considered a great book for several reasons, primarily due to its rich portrayal of complexities of mother-daughter relationships, cultural identity, and the immigrant experience. The novel's structure, with its interlocking narrative of 4 mothers and their daughters, allows Tan to explore themes of cultural heritage, assimilation and the transmission of tradition across generations. For example, in the story Rules of the Game, Waverly Zhong's chess matches with her daughter, Lindo, serve as a metaphor for their complex relationship, and Waverly struggled to balance her Chinese heritage with her American identity. However, like any book, it has its weaknesses. Some critics argue that certain characters and situations in the novel can veer into stereotypes, particularly in their depictions of Chinese American culture. For example, the portrayal of overbearing traditional Chinese mother or the obedient passive daughter can sometimes feel reductive or cliché. While the Joy Luck Club is rooted in specific experiences of immigrants and their descendants, its themes of family, love, loss, and the search for identity resonate with readers of all backgrounds. For example, in the story Two Kinds, Jing Mei struggles to reconcile her mother's high expectations with her own sense of self-worth is a universal coming of age that transcends cultural boundaries. Overall, The Joy Luck Club is a great book because it offers readers a window into their lives of its characters while exploring universal themes of family, identity, and the immigrant experience with depth, empathy, and insight. Tan's masterful storytelling and richly drawn characters make it a compelling and unforgettable read. Through vivid descriptions and evocative storytelling, Tan captures the cultural richness and complexity of Chinese American life. In the story The Red Candle, Lindo Zhong's arranged marriage and subsequent immigration to America highlights the challenges faced by many Chinese women who immigrated to the United States in the early 20th century. The contrast between Lindo's traditional upbringing in China and her daughter Waverly's modern American lifestyle underscores the tension between tradition and assimilation.